people are increasing, we can wait for 2 minutes, I guess. By that time, things will get settled because I can see numbers are increasing, but
Since it's going to be a very highly interactive session, so we'll wait for a few other friends to join us, and we'll be starting around 8:10. Rajat. For EOMR, those who joined lately. Shivam, Rajat's voice is completely clear. I think you should check on your side. Akshita, I will be giving you a link. That's an EOMR. So when Rajat will be displaying question, you will submit the answer for that question. Tanmay will be starting. Just we are waiting that few more guys join us, because since like it's the number of students is increasing rapidly still now. Since many students are still joining now. Okay, so I'll be sharing the link for that EOMR. What you have to do when Rajat will be displaying the question, all you have to do, suppose Rajat is displaying question number 10. So you have to mark in the EOMR answer for your question number 10. And then Rajat will be discussing the performance and the difficulty level of the question and everything else. Yeah, Vishal, you have to click the submit in front of the question itself, not in the whole OMR. Akriti, we will be starting just within 2 minutes, not more than that. I'll be sharing the link. I'm just waiting for a few more guys to join. Okay, so this is the link. I think all of you have got now. This is the link. All you have to do, just fill your data in it and get it started. And Rajat will be starting with the questions very soon. No, Shonit, chat is enabled for today. I am chatting with many guys. Sagar, is in Snap, yes, wrong questions are avoided. Wrong questions may be avoided or maybe the cancelled, but it depends that if Snap body considers them as wrong. Manisha, this link is properly opening. I have opened it myself. You try it once again. Shonit, what may have happened that you may have cut the chat window. Just check on the right side of the screen. It is working. I have again shared. Yes, now you can start the test. You can leave the enrollment ID. It's not mandatory. It's for CL students. Rahul, what's not coming? Arindam, no. The Rajat will be displaying you the questions, and then you'll be answering. You'll be just ticking down that particular option. Questions. Rajat will display questions. Fine, Rajat. Go on. Over to you. Yeah, all of you can start the test. No problem.
So welcome all of you.
Basant, you have to submit each question. Okay.
We'll start now. We are going to start the session. We have brought something new for you. Today we have an EOMR sheet. You can certainly see the questions. कल तक जो सीधे साइड में आंसर करते थे गैस वालों, आज तुम्हारे गैस वाला सब कुछ पता चल जाएगा कि किसने गैस किया है किसने नहीं किया है. I hope most of you will find it very well, very new method, and sorry थोड़ी मेरी आवाज हल्की आ रही होगी बिकॉज सर्दी आ चुकी है नॉर्थ इंडिया में. Congratulations to all of you. हाँ दवाई ले लिए, दवाई लेके ही बैठे हैं. दवाई लेने बैठे थे तभी तो थोड़ी 2-3 मिनट उसमें लग गए. Okay, fine. So very welcome to the session. All of you are here and we are about to start the session. Today we have started a new way. अब तक हम आंसर करते थे. You used to write the answer and on that basis we used to assess. Now every question, after every question, I hope you must be seeing the OMR sheet, EOMR sheet. You must have got the link. You can just put in the answer, so press the submit button, and I'll get the analysis of all the students right across India. So I'll be able to assess how many of you are correct, how many of you are incorrect. Okay, I hope all of you will do very well. Today we have 70 questions. we have 70 questions. We decreased it by 10 because the time issue. Most of the students start to run away after 10:30, 10:45. So 80 questions would have taken us up to 11:30. So that would have certainly created a problem. So 70 questions for you. 70. Some of them have been from various exams. Last class we had from UPSC paper and from APSC paper. These two important papers of UPSC that had happened this year in 2012. We had questions from those two papers, very many questions, and then now from in this we have from the rest of the papers, CDS1, CDS2, such papers in such public services paper which may have questions, maybe appearing in the SNAP exam, because SNAP gives many questions from various public services paper, and there will be of course some of the question sitters for you, some very tough. I again tell you, very important, 40 questions, 20 minutes maximum, उससे ज्यादा नहीं देना है. Of course यहाँ पे नहीं, यहाँ पे तो हम 70 क्वेश्चन में 2 घंटे लेंगे, 2.5 घंटे लेंगे. But of course in the exam you should not take. Before we start, of course हमारी पुरानी कहानी थोड़ा सा भजन हो जाए. तो जो लोग कई बार भजन सुन चुके हैं वो ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा परेशान होंगे, लेकिन आवर मोटो एम ऑफ द सेशन, वेल आई रिपीट अगेन, अगर आप बताओ बिस्कुट खाते हो, हर बार बिस्कुट लेने जाते हो तो हर बार पॉलिथीन खरीदते हो कि नहीं उसके साथ? ये थोड़ी ना कहते हो दुकानदार से कि बस बिस्कुट दे दो और पॉलिथीन मत दो, कि एक बार मैं पॉलिथीन ले चुका हूँ और उसमें बिस्कुट डाल के दे दो. ओके, सो here is the polythene part. We'll have the biscuits very soon, don't worry. हाँ, जो लोग बिस्किट नहीं खरीदते वो चिप्स खरीदते होंगे या कुछ और खरीदते होंगे. अभी 10 बजे भी खरीदने निकलोगे आप लोग. ओके, the session is designed to optimize students' performance in SNAP entrance exam to GK section. Now, okay, jokes apart, we come down to the business. Now, for the students, those who are here for the first time, I again repeat for you the SNAP entrance exam through GK section. I again tell you that GK section is one of the sections which can be done very fastly. I always say that try to squeeze it between reasoning and quantitative sessions because it takes less of your brain power, and it gives you a time to relax. When you have done quantitative aptitude, your mind must have been out of energy for some time. It will, of course, quantitative part and reasoning part sucks a lot of energy from your head. It wears you down. इन दोनों के बीच में squeeze करो इसको, take a time, just give 15 to 20 minutes, do not give more than that, average 30 seconds per question, you should not give more than 30 seconds per question. In overall 40 questions, 20 minutes, that is required. Now, why GK is important? Of course, in the further pages we will further discuss. The session is designed to optimize students' performance in SNAP entrance exams through GK section. Now, how does this optimization actually occurs? We will see that. To make understand the value of GK section and help them to increase score by analysis of previous year questions. We have done analysis of previous year questions. In the first session, we saw the questions of 2011. 40 questions were there. Then we saw the papers from, we saw the sources from which the questions were there. Some of the direct sources, if you remember, in the last year paper, there were around 12 to 15 questions from direct sources and 8 to 9 questions which directly from UPSC Civil Services paper last year. So we expect many of the public service exams again to be featuring questions from these exams to be featuring in SNAP exam. Now, understanding the areas of importance, practicing new questions. In the end, we want to add the value to the students' general knowledge. Everybody, whatever be the questions, we have designed this for the SNAP, but in the end, knowledge is treasure. कहीं पे भी कब जरूरत हो जाएगी आपको पता नहीं चलेगा. And I tell you, overall, any GK entrance exam all over the country or all over the world is not your preparation of 1 month. Actually, it is your preparation of last 15 years. पिछले 15 साल में आप क्या जाने हो जिंदगी में कहीं ना कहीं यूज हो जाता है. But of course, it concentrates on the current affairs. But any GK exam, remember, is the overall ability. So for future exams, I again tell you that keep yourself particularly updated. And of course, these questions are a very small part in that ocean, but something will be there in your head, and hopefully. And mode of preparation for next few days. Now, what to do for the next few days? कितने क्वेश्चन करें, कहाँ से पढ़े, यहाँ से पढ़े, वहां से पढ़े. Question, there are many questions, there must be many questions going on in your head. But what to do, what to leave, very important. We will be discussing that. Discussion of 70 questions which may feature in SNAP. Of course, not all 70, but it will be a great success that if 7 to 10 questions may directly feature in the exam. And if you remember, we have already practiced 75 plus 40 questions for SNAP earlier. So overall, we have 200 around. Prime sources where we can get these questions. Then, of course, prime sources where we can get these questions. So, why GK and MBA? Again, I repeat, 1 marks in QA is 1 marks in English is 1 marks in GK. Now, GK marks takes only 20 minutes. QA will take a lot of time. And again, I tell you, most of you prepare intensively for QA and reasoning. Most of you prepare intensively for QA and reasoning. A lot of the students don't give time to GK, and that is the main area they lose the point. Give adequate time. थोड़ा समय दो. Don't leave it for the last. Last के लिए छोड़ोगे, कई बार पैनिक कर जाओगे जब लास्ट में पता चलता है बगल वाले को देखते हो उसने वो खूब सारे पन्ने तेजी से पलट रहा है और आप देखते हो हमारे पन्ने पलट ही नहीं रहा. I'm not able to turn the pages. I'm not able to solve the questions. तभी अचानक पैनिक शुरू हो जाता है. 1.5 घंटे बाद आप देखते हो कि मेरे पास एग्जाम में 50-60 क्वेश्चन रह गए हैं which cannot be completed. So my point is, इसलिए GK को शुरू में डालो. Do it. Start with quantitative or reasoning, whatever your favorite area is, and then second, you put in the GK area. GK area will give you question. जल्दी होगा. जो भी होगा बहुत जल्दी होगा और clear होगा. That is the idea. And I repeat again, most of the candidates prepare intensively for QA and English, but give less time to GK. I again say, एक बिल्कुल क्रिकेट मैच की तरह देखो इसे. क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड और वर्बल रीजनिंग सब बैटिंग और बॉलिंग समझते हैं. दुनिया में हर प्लेयर बैट्समैन या बॉलर बनना चाहता है और कोई फील्डर नहीं बनना चाहता. एंड जीके इज द फील्डिंग एरिया. एंड यू नो व्हेन इंडिया इज कंपेयर्ड विद द टीम्स अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, देयर इज ऑलवेज अ प्रॉब्लम दैट India loses a number of runs through their bad fielding. And I tell you, a number of students those who lose marks through bad GK is equally a big problem. I tell you, so my point is, जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया साउथ अफ्रीका खेलने आते हैं हमसे, तो हमेशा कहते हैं कि वो 20-30 रन बचा लेते हैं with the help of good fielding. The same way I tell you, many Australia and South Africa students are there among you. Those who are like them, those who have good GK and they are able to score further, they are able to just go up with their score. Okay, so that is my idea. GK is certainly not the crux area, not the central part area of this MBA examinations. GK becomes central part in the public service examination, but in MBA examination it is always like a fielding. So be and all of you, please do not comment right now. Chat window. We'll of course be we'll be discussing your problems when we are finished with the questions. So a number of blinks come in front of my face, and sometimes my eyes go to the chat side, and then I have to move it back to the PPT side. So my idea is in the end that ये fielding भी बहुत important है. Fielding भी अच्छी होनी किसी टीम के लिए important है. Some of you like Australia and South Africa, I tell you, compare it with that. हम सब जानते हैं कि जिस टीम की अच्छी फील्डिंग होती है उसके पास एक प्लस पॉइंट होता है. आपके पास ये है यहाँ पे. Average time taken to solve each GK question is the least. Very less time. So that is one another thing. 40 questions in there. 20 minutes, not more than that. And some of you who are good at reading and good at solving, of course, I still say, जिनको कई सारे डेटा सीधे पता हो, 15 मिनट से ज्यादा समय देने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Only 15 minutes, that's it. So less effort is needed to score better in GK. Now overall just 4 days are left. So of course we will not discuss the whole strategy to come up with GK, but we will be discussing strategy for the next 4 days. Now GK and Snap, as GK is so vast, it is not possible to learn everything. Pick areas according to exam. Now for this exam, what to pick? It's given on the next page. Do not learn everything in GK. Be wise in selection as well as rejection. I have said this 100 times. I repeat this, that be wise in selection and rejection. सब कुछ मत पढ़ते जाओ जो आंखों के सामने आए. Have patience. हर चीज पढ़ते जाओगे तो आखिर in the end, how much space does our mind have? By science it says around 4 terabytes, 4 TB, 4 terabytes. So what is that? 4 terabyte में पूरी जिंदगी चलानी है, सारे रिश्तेदारियां निभानी है, लोगों को फोन करना है, रात भर फोनों पे बात करना है, सब कुछ करना है इस पे. तो अब भाई कहाँ तक आपका दिमाग दौड़ेगा, कहाँ तक सब चीजें याद होंगी. So my idea is use this sense, use your sense and use your brain accordingly. You cannot learn everything. It's impossible for human brain. It's impossible for any human brain. So select. So select and rejection. Selection and rejection. Both are important. क्या reject कर रहा है वो भी पता होना चाहिए. We saw that in IRMA. We saw that in IFT. That some of the areas that you should reject. We saw the selection area. Some of the areas that you should select in IFT IRMA. We got profit from some of the areas कि बहुत सारी चीजें अपने आप ही कट जाएंगी, नहीं पढ़नी पड़ेंगी. So that is the main idea. So another 4 areas that are important. Now I would say just have an idea of these. ये 4 एरिया जनरली हम जरूर से पढ़ेंगे क्योंकि इन एरिया से ही ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस बंद होते हैं. Now what is a general area? General area of course is given here. It includes current affairs, general awareness, issues of common concern and major international issues. Current affairs, general awareness, issues of common concern and major international issues. So these are the prominent areas. Now for the next 4 days, practice as many questions as possible. From where? I tell you, you must practice read at least 100 to 150 questions. Now, what is the meaning of practice? Practice is not gathering data. I tell you, सीधे के सीधे solve करो questions. Go straight and solve the questions. इधर उधर कुछ भी नहीं. We have uploaded many IRMA sessions and IFT sessions. उनमें से जाओ, क्वेश्चन पढ़ो, सीधे आंसर देखो, मूव ऑन. There are many questions I could not include in this session because we have already discussed in the IRMA and IFT sessions. For those who have not attended, go to careerlauncher.com/classapart. वहां से आप डाउनलोड करो सेशन. IRMA और IFT में बहुत सारे करंट अफेयर्स के क्वेश्चन है, और वो वाले करंट अफेयर्स से पिक दोज करंट अफेयर्स क्वेश्चन which are from the areas which are mentioned in the last slide. So my idea is a number of current affair questions that we have already studied are still a part of SNAP. So those questions you can directly study. Do not try to solve it from the scratch. Directly सीधे question देखो, answer. Have an answer sheet in your hand. Answers have been uploaded. Have an answer sheet in your hand. See the question. आता है टिक करो, नहीं आता है आंसर देखा, ये आंसर है, बस खत्म. Move on to the next question. Then again solve, same process. If you know, tick it. If you don't know, move on to the next question. Idea is जितना ज्यादा दिमाग में होगा, the more you have in your mind, more will be the food for thought. And GK is all about fact. It's not mathematics, it's not reasoning. दिमाग नहीं लगा पाओगे कि सचिन तेंदुलकर का नाम एस से शुरू होता है तो वो क्रिकेट सी से खेलता है, तो ये वाला प्लेयर कौन सा वाला गेम खेलेगा. कोई इसमें रूल नहीं होता है. There is only one thing, fact. You know or you don't know. So just be with it. जितने ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस पढ़ सकते हो वो पढ़ो. अब वापस सारी चीजें मत उठाओ. I have given you, I hope most of you must have got प्रतियोगिता दर्पण link, the pages I have mentioned, the page numbers of last 4 months magazine. Directly जाओ उस पे, उनमें सीधे सीधे डेटा दिया हुआ है. Data has been given. Go, jump, read the points, move ahead. So प्रतियोगिता दर्पण will give you around 300 to 350 questions those 4 months. This will be giving you enough 3 to 4 hours reading only, just 3 hours reading, and you will be able to read 300-350 questions. Then 100 and 150 questions from IRMA IFT, and already we have seen 200 questions in GK Snap. So all these three together you have around 600-700 questions. सिर्फ reading. परेशान मत होना ज्यादा कि यहां से ढूंढ ले आंसर, वहां से ढूंढ ले. Now you don't have time. सीधे read the question. That's it. Next 4 days, do not try to ponder around here and there. Don't try to be over smart कि मेरा IQ तो बहुत ज्यादा है, मैं तो सब कुछ पढ़ लूंगा, सर ने जो बोला है वो भी पढ़ लूंगा, जो मिला है अलग अलग कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट से वो भी पढ़ लूंगा. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. पढ़ तो सब लोग एग्जाम में सुबह जाते समय फिर वही होगा कि डर लग रहा है यार, सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है, बट जी के पता नहीं हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा. Of course that will be happening. A number of students get panicked because of the lack of information, and I tell you some questions will be there which you will not be able to answer. Do not panic. हर आदमी के साथ ऐसे होने वाला एग्जाम में. Out of 40 questions you may get a streak of 5-7 questions in which you may not be able to answer even one. It's okay. It's nothing's wrong. 8 to 10 marks is enough. Is just enough to get through the line. And yes, if you are able to score 15-20, super. But 8 to 10 is good enough. So it's not a point if you are, just don't panic, because if you get panic, you will start to kill your other sections also. So do not panic. If you don't know, think it as another fact कि मुझे नहीं आता, I cannot do this question. Just leave it. Read 10 seconds. नहीं आता, move ahead. And you will there will be few sitter questions which you will certainly know. So there is no problem in it. Only 10% students are there who are not able to solve anything. So I calculate all of you among those who are enthusiastic enough to come on web and to hear GK sessions. I assume most of you are enough that you have a basic and and basic general knowledge. So that is what the idea is. 6-7 क्वेश्चन आप सब कर लोगे. The whole idea is beyond that क्या कर सकते हो. 15-20 कर गए तो बहुत ही अच्छा, superb level. It will certainly give you an edge with the others. So my idea is for the next 4 days, जो इस पे लिखा है, that is my idea. सीधी सी बात, practice as many questions as possible. That is the whole thing. प्रतियोगिता दर्पण, GK compendium, IFT, IRMA, and the sessions that we have seen. That's it. ज़्यादा और दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. Just these practice as many questions as possible. That is my main motto. Okay, I hope all of you would read at least 300 questions, 400 questions in the next 3-4 days. सीधी सी बात, बहुत हुआ ज्ञान, चलो करते हैं अब अध्ययन. जीके इन स्नैप. जीके इन स्नैप, जस्ट हैव अ व्यू. इस पहले कितने आए हैं? 40 मार्क्स. All the time 40 marks, number of questions 35, 40, 40, 40. So simple, one on one, one by one, 8 marks, 8 question, 10 seconds to 20 seconds. सीधी सी बात, कोई ज्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. पढ़ा, नहीं आया, आगे बढ़े. आया, गोली बना दिए. नहीं आया, आगे बढ़े. सिंपल. ओके, सो आइडिया इज, अच्छा ये नहीं कि हर क्वेश्चन में आगे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं कि सर ने कहा नहीं आ रहा है तो आगे बढ़ो. 40 में से 35 क्वेश्चन हो गए और सब आगे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. बस कोई नहीं, आगे बढ़ते रहो, कुछ ना कुछ होगा. भाई ध्यान रखना, भावनाओं में मत चले जाना. यू नो वन फेमस लाइन इन हिंदी, यार बातों को भावनाओं को समझो, बातों में क्या रखा है. तो वैसे ही प्लीज भावनाओं को समझो. यस, ओके, फाइन. सो some things that you should know, and that has already been over, and let's test you. So before this,
Rajat,
I think
Rajat, just
yes.
one interruption. Okay, so everybody, I have shared the link with all of you. What you have to do when Rajat will ask you a question, all you have to do just mark the answer for that question itself, not the other question. If suppose Rajat asks, in fact, if Rajat asks you the question number 1 or 5, so you just mark the answer for question number 1 or 5, not all the questions. In the front of each and every question there is a submit button, so you should click on that itself. Okay, and you should mark them in the order. Suppose if Rajat is asking question number 11, then 12, then answer the question number 11 first, in front of 11th, and then 12. Okay, Rajat, you can start.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Arpit. Thank you very much for the coordination, and I thank the whole of your team for a brilliant work done. You know, you have innovated certainly a very good thing. We'll be able to analyze students' performance right away. So for students, EOMR must be there in front of you. And what you have to do is, I will read out the question. Of course, you can see the question. आप देख भी सकते हो, अंदर थोड़ी ना हो. तो आप question देख भी सकते हो, मैं उसको बोल भी दूंगा. The whole point is, I will give you around 15 seconds to answer that question. I will give you question one by one. One question, see the question. वही पिछले वाला जैसे हम लोग पहले करते थे, अभी तक बिल्कुल वैसे ही. पहले हम बगल में चैट विंडो में लिख देते थे, लेकिन अब क्या करेंगे, सीधे OMR पे क्लिक कर देंगे. And I will give you only 15 seconds. All of you do remember 15, and within 20 seconds all the marks will be registered. And after 20 seconds it will come to me. The analysis will be in front of me as a graph, which you cannot see. So the point is, point is, I will be able to see how many of you have corrected the answer. And some of you, in case you find any trouble in giving the OMR answers, just write it down. Do not waste your time, I tell you, still, because that will be an overall analysis. We have hundreds of students right across India, so together we'll have the point. So, and of course, you should analyze yourself after 70 questions, how many of your questions are correct. So we start the question right now. I hope it's clear to all of you. Just check the link. If it's you must have filled the form. There must be an OMR sheet in front of you, and we move on to the question number 1. Which brand had Diageo?
Rajat, just one more thing. The OMR has 50 questions. So discuss initial 50 questions.
Okay, fine, Arpit, not a problem. What we can do still, Arpit, after 50 question, I may ask them again to mark from the question number 1 again. No, of course, that will be a problem. Okay, 50 will be there, then rest 20 we can discuss. So, first question, which brand had Diageo owned before quitting Indian market in 2002? You must be knowing Diageo. What is Diageo? 20 seconds for you. Answer it. 20 seconds for you. There is a stop clock with me. Yes, okay, fine. Thank you. All of you, thank you very much. So, I have most of the answers are for option C, Walter's Whiskey. यार ये ब्रांड कौन कौन पीता था, जरा हाथ उठाओ. कौन कौन ये ब्रांड पीता था, जरा हाथ उठाओ. बहुत सारे लोगों ने इस पे टिक किया है. सो आई अज्यूम कि जो है लगता है खूब सारे लोग 2002 से पी रहे हैं. वेल ऑफ कोर्स जो पी रहे हैं उनको गलत पता है. दिस इज द रॉन्ग आंसर. दिस इज द रॉन्ग आंसर and around 32% of the students have responded this. Around 32% of the students have responded to this option. But now, do you know what is Diageo? Diageo has recently acquired a stake in Kingfisher. Now the point is that it is not an awkward question. ऐसे तो किसी भी कंपनी के बारे में कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं. So first information that you can take is Diageo KF, Kingfisher. It has, if you remember, it has acquired a stake in Kingfisher. Now they were in Indian market till 2002 when they exited. And when they exited, they were having a brand called Gilbey's Green Label. Gilbey's Green Label. And 18.56% students have answered. Around 18% students have answered it correct. खुद ही सोच लो, बहुत लोग देख सकते हो कि 18% लोग, it was still a tough question, but still 18% have answered it correctly. So Diageo name is very much in the news these days. And another question for you related to Diageo. Right now, who is the CEO of Diageo? Right now, who is the CEO of Diageo? Recently, he was in the news. Yes, the answer is Paul Walsh. Paul Walsh, just have the name, Paul Walsh. And yes, Paul Walsh. And do you know Diageo is from which country? Diageo is from which country? It's from England. It's from UK. Diageo is from UK. So we have 4-5 information from this question. We know Diageo, it had exited Indian market with Gilbey's Green Label in 2002. It's a company from UK which has taken a stake in Kingfisher. So I hope the point is clear to you. We move on to question number 2. The Indian Army undertook Operation Meghdoot to establish Indian control over what? Operation Meghdoot is a very famous operation in India. 20 seconds to you. Answer. Yes, all of you hold on. कुछ लोगों ने थर्ड क्वेश्चन का आंसर भी मार्क कर दिया है. मेरे पास थर्ड क्वेश्चन के लिए भी आंसर आ रहे हैं. So, was an easy question? Certainly it was an easy question. Most of you have given correct answer. Siachen Glacier. 70% of you have given correct answer. खुद ही सोच लो, अगल बगल लोगों को देख लो, लोग कितना तैयार करके आते हैं. खुद ही अगल बगल देख लो, लोग कितना तैयार करके आते हैं क्वेश्चंस. Good, very good. I am happy to see that 70% of you have answered this. Now, when was this undertaken? Siachen Glacier Operation Meghdoot. It was undertaken in 1984. It was undertaken in 1984. It's from a static area. Yes, 13th April. Absolutely correct. Very correct, Amit and Rahul. So, 2 out of 2 कितने लोग के क्वेश्चन में, और कई कितने लोग होशियार लोग हैं. कुछ लोगों ने अच्छा, कुछ लोगों ने थर्ड, फोर्थ, आगे भी क्वेश्चन से मार दिए आंसर्स. एक आध हमारे अच्छे अच्छे दोस्त हैं, उन्होंने ABCD कहीं कहीं मार दिए आंसर्स, 100% आंसर्स आ रहे हैं. ओके फाइन. सो नाउ वी मूव ऑन टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. The Treaty on Integrated Development of Mahakali River was signed between India and, with which country has India signed Treaty on Integrated Development of Mahakali River? Recently it was very much in the news, and I have given you a question, Mahakali River, because of a point. Of course I will tell you every question has 2-3 data for you, so it is 70 questions, but it is actually 200 questions. Yes, a lot of you have answered the question. Yes. Thanks for the answers. I have got almost all the responses right now. But there is a trend that I am seeing. Initially, many of the students give a wrong answer, but soon they change their answer. They don't change. Some of you, I think, are actually typing it on net and seeing the answer. Those who are doing it Google, please do not do that, because what I have seen is, initially the correct answers were 20-25%, and soon the correct answer option was rising very quickly. That means the number of students are marking it correct. So the point is, certainly some of you are doing this. Well, of course it's not a cheating, because cheating is done to yourself. So I would ask all of you that do not Google it, just give the answer. Your answers will not be visible to anybody else, and even it will not be visible to me. I will get a combined and consolidated data. So that is what the point is. The correct answer is Nepal. Now you must have heard about the river Sarda river, which flows on the border of India and Nepal. Sarda river forms a long boundary between India and Nepal, and Mahakali river is the name of Sarda river in Nepal. It is some of the areas it is called Mahakali river. So by the name Mahakali river, which is in Nepal, the treaty must be between India and Nepal. So that is the idea. Remember Sarda river. Sarda river is between India and Nepal boundary. So many of you must be, a lot of you have answered Bangladesh as the answer. Most of you have answered Bangladesh as the answer. But remember, with Bangladesh, which was the river? It was Tista river. Tista river was the point with Bangladesh. Okay. Now for your information, remember that there is also one more thing which is in dispute. This is called Teen Bigha corridor. Teen Bigha corridor. Okay. So what is Teen Bigha corridor? It is actually a border area between West Bengal and Bangladesh, which was also a disputed area between India and Bangladesh. Now they have solved this. Teen Bigha corridor was a bone of contention between India and Bangladesh since long. Of course, bone of contention क्या ही है, जिस दिन चाहे उस दिन बांग्लादेश से हम लोग पूरा बांग्लादेश ही खींच लें, लेकिन यही है कि इस लायक ही नहीं है बांग्लादेश में कुछ की खींचेंगे ही क्या. Well, the only thing they have is Mashraf Murtaza, nothing else. Okay, fine. So I hope you got the information. India and Nepal treaty, then Sarda, Teesta and Teen Bigha corridor. Just have an idea about these words. इनसे related कोई भी question आ सकता है. So for every question, listen carefully. We have one question, but it is more like 3 questions or 4 questions. Farkhor Air Base operated by the Indian Air Force is situated in which among the following countries? Farkhor Air Base operated by Indian Air Force is situated in which among the following countries? Yes, 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I have the data in front of me. Yes, a lot of you have given Kazakhstan, 33%. And option C, Afghanistan, 28%. Well, the correct answer is Tajikistan. Now, it's a fact question. दिमाग नहीं लगा सकते कुछ, सीधी सी बात. Give it or don't give it the answer. The whole point is. Now, as I can see the trend, the tougher is the question. Most of the students do not even attempt that. In the first question, almost 20% of the respondents have not given any answer, and even in this question, 7% have not given. So of course, negative marking नहीं है यहाँ पे. जहाँ पे negative marking होगी वहाँ पे कहीं ज्यादा लोग इसको आंसर नहीं करेंगे. So that is the point. So for you, all of you, just have a psychology of the students also. I will be giving you some of the details so that you can assess it by yourself. कि हमारे how are your competitors actually thinking about this? Yes, Swati, it was between India and Nepal. Now, question number 4. Now, Kanika, of course, you can guess. If you are guessing it, I would say ki do not guess. Try to mark it not sure. For most of you, those who are just guessing it, try to mark it not sure. और अपने मन में guess रखे रहो and just check if your guess is actually correct or not. So, because if you are not marking, because in the exam what you will do, that you should do here. That is our idea. That will give us more real testing. That will be helpful for you and helpful for all your friends who are attending the session. So, the correct answer is Tajikistan. Coming to the question, Tajikistan, it is not operated only by India. India doesn't have any Air Force base which is operated solely by India. So, if there is any question in which it is mentioned that is there any air base which is solely operated by India, there is no such air base outside India. This Air Force base is actually operated by both the countries, Indian Air Force and Tajik Air Force, on a collaboration. It's not exclusively to India. So in many questions, this becomes a problem. Many of us know the answer, but still it may be wrong. So that is my idea is, it is not solely operated by India. It is operated by Indian Tajik Air Force together. But still India's only Air Force base. It is India's only Air Force base outside the country. India's only Air Force base outside the country. Okay? Then we move on to question number 5. INS Vikramaditya, scheduled for induction into the Indian Navy, is the name given to. Mark the answer. Yes, very good. I could see that now there is a higher percentage of students who are not sure. Very good. So those who were guessing, some of them have not guessed. So now let's analyze the question. Now what the data I have, I think most of you are confused between aircraft carrier and nuclear submarine. Most of you are confused between 70% of the answers are between A and B, and 15% is for D. So 70% is between A and D, and highest is for nuclear submarine. Now the correct answer is an aircraft carrier. It has been taken from Russia. Russia had, which was the one in Russia? The name was Admiral Gorshkov. It was actually a Russian. It was actually a Russian ship whose name was Gorshkov. Whose name was Admiral Gorshkov. I am writing it on the column. If some of you are not able to read it correctly, I am writing it in the chat column. Yes, Admiral Gorshkov. So that is, and you know, its name was Admiral Gorshkov, but before that, its name was Baku. BAKU. So इस तरह के क्वेश्चन को रिलेटेड रखना. Its name was Admiral Gorshkov. Its name was changed in 1996, but in till 1990 it was when it was commissioned, its name was Baku. Now, which country's capital is Baku? Which country's capital is Baku? Yes, good. Some of you are giving the correct answer. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, absolutely correct. And you know, Azerbaijan is one of the few Shia-dominated countries of the world. Azerbaijan has a large Shia population. Which other country has a large Shia population? Another question linked to it. Which other country has a large Shia population? All of you remember, some of you are giving Saudi Arabia. No, not at all. Yes, it's Iran. 100%. It's Iran and Iraq. Iran, Iraq and Azerbaijan are the countries which has a dominant Shia population. Some of you are asking, what is Shia population? Shias and Sunnis are the two sects of Muslims. Many countries have dominant Sunni population. Many countries have dominant Shia population. Iran is the country which has most of the Shia population. Then there is Iraq, and then there is Azerbaijan, and then there is Syria. Now, why it is important? Because right now there is a problem going in the Middle East in which Shia countries are very much facing a civil war problem. Syria is facing, Iran is facing. So there is a very international tussle between Shia and Sunni at the international level, and right now in many of the countries it is there. So from this question we have many data. Admiral Gorshkov, the name of the INS Vikramaditya, original name, whose original name was Baku. Baku is the capital of Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan is a Shia-dominated country, which some of the other Shia-dominated countries are Iran, Syria, and Iraq. No, Surya, Pakistan is not a Shia-dominated country. Rest of the countries that we have not spoken, rest of the Muslim countries are Sunni-dominated. Pakistan is not Shia, Sunni. Pakistan is a foolish country. That is what I know. It's a failed state almost. They only have good bowlers, nothing else. और वो भी गुड बॉलर्स अब इंडिया में आके आईपीएल में घूम घूम के पैसे कमा रहे हैं, बाकी और कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो. यस, या तो पैसे लेके मैच खेलते हैं या फिर पैसे लेके हमारे यहाँ कमेंट्री करते हैं. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट रमीज राजा. अगर पाकिस्तान को 10 ओवर में 100 रन चाहिए हो और सिर्फ एक विकेट बाकी हो, रमीज राजा वुड स्टिल बी वेरी ऑप्टिमिस्टिक अबाउट पाकिस्तान दैट यस, पाकिस्तान कैन डू दैट. That is how always optimistic. Yes. Imran Khan promises to revive it, but Imran Khan ने जो बोला है उस दिन इंडिया टुडे कॉन्क्लेव में, I was also watching that. अब बोलने में क्या जाता है? बोलने में क्या जाता है? मैं भी बोल दूं, मुझे भी बना दो देश का प्राइम मिनिस्टर, मैं सारी गरीबी हटा दूंगा. बना दोगे मुझे? सब बढ़िया है यार, बोलने में अच्छा लगता है. Let's see what happens. We would hope that Pakistan goes on the right track, and it is a safe nation to go, so that someday we also go and visit the country, beautiful country. But till then, of course, जब तक वहां पे इंश्योरेंस कंपनियां तो चल नहीं पाती है, इंश्योरेंस करो आदमी का, जब तक बाहर जाता है तब तक उड़ ही जाता है, पैसे लेके पहुंचने पड़ते हैं पीछे उनके. वेरी हेवी कंट्री. ओके फाइन. Jokes apart, we come back to the problem. Question number 6. चलो जल्दी सब लोग वापस आओ. In the year 2012, India took its largest military exercise since independence. This was named Yes, what is the name? Yes, time over. Yes, very good. I can see the answer, and the best part is a lot of you are now not attempting the question which you don't know. Very good. A lot of you are not sure. I am happy to see that. But अभी थोड़े लोग हैं ऐसे जो लास्ट में अभी भी गूगल करके आंसर बढ़ा रहे हैं. But still very good. Now, what is the correct answer? The correct answer, seeing your response, I would say people are divided between C and D, Sudarshan Shakti and Shurveer. Of course, out of the 70% students, or rather 1/3 have not answered. The 1/3. Now, those who know the answer, I ask you, now for the people, those who have actually given it correct, just get a point. That 1/3 have not even answered the question. So for the rest of the people, 2/3, those who have answered, there is a different case. But I say those who knew the answer exactly. Okay, few will be there who must have been knowing this answer as soon as they had seen. And they must be now, they can imagine that how people are prepared for the examination. So Shurveer is the correct one. Shurveer was happened in Thar Desert. This year in Thar Desert, India undertook exercise, largest since independence. And can you tell which country participated? Which all countries participated? USA, Russia, सारे लोग USA, रशिया. जापान भी आने लगा है. यूएस आर्मी ने किस चीज में पार्टिसिपेट किया था? युद्ध अभ्यास में पार्टिसिपेट किया था. वो लोग खाली बैठे हैं क्या कि हर साल जो है साल में 3 बार इंडिया के प्रैक्टिस करने आते हैं खाली? Now the correct answer is nobody participated. It was an Indian military exercise. बहुत होशियार बन रहे हैं. फ्रांस, जर्मनी, यूके, पता नहीं क्या क्या आंसर लोग लिखते हैं. कोई काम है नहीं, लगा है कि सामने कीबोर्ड पड़ा है, लिख दो कुछ भी है. Now nobody participated. It was indigenous exercise by India. So Thar Desert, Southwestern Command participated. Good. Many of you, those who have confidently answered it, absolutely on the right track. So take a pat on your back. जिन्होंने खुद confidently answer किया, very good answer. So we move to question number 7. Take 20 seconds. जल्दी से आंसर मारो. कई लोगों की क्या कान बहुत तेज है, डॉग बार्किंग की आवाज भी सुन ली. सही है. Okay, fine. So for question number 7, we have majority of the respondents have given 2 answers, option B and option D. Option B and option D. Now which is correct? Model town. यहाँ पे दिल्ली वाले जितने भी बैठे हो, आपको तो समझ में आ ही गया होगा सही आंसर क्या है. दिल्ली वाले जितने बैठे हैं, there is a very big place, model town in the North Delhi, near Mukherjee Nagar, near one of the Asia's largest mandi, Azadpur Mandi. It's very close to it. So model town, if you know, most of the refugees are there who had come to India after the partition. Yes, civil lines also. Kamla Nagar civil lines, of course. So providing housing for those displaced during partition and be an example of good town planning. That is the correct answer. So that is so the correct answer is D. And very good to see 40% of you have given. But I see बहुत सारे लोग दिल्ली वाले हो गए यहाँ पे जिन्होंने correct answer दिया है, because of course पता ही होगा. Then so model towns was that. And if you know, there is also in the small towns, if you go, there is every state, every city must be having almost an Awas Vikas. Awas Vikas was also a housing scheme That was for the poor, that was for the common people. So, but it's nice to see a lot of you are not responding the answer. Very good. Those who are not sure, I would encourage them. If you are not able to answer, do whatever you do, what you do in the exam. If you are able to take risk in the exam, take care also. But rest, if you are not taking in the exam, don't take care also. Question number 8. The variability among living organisms from all sources, including terrestrial, marine, and other ecosystems and the ecological complexes of which they are part of, includes diversity within species, between species of ecosystem refers to. What is that referred to? Yes, the correct answer is biological diversity. Correct answer is biological diversity. And I could see, I still see that some of you are consistently giving the right answers. Very good. I encourage all of you to participate. Of course, आपके participation के लिए ये नई OEMR sheet का नया तो हम लोगों ने system शुरू किया है जिससे कि most of you can participate. Earlier we used to see that some of you were sitting idle. Yes. Now, what is the zoological diversity? Zoological diversity generally refers to the fauna, the animals. The ecological diversity, ecological diversity actually includes the environment part also, and biological includes the living environment. So that is the difference. Ecology includes the environment part, nature, and biological diversity includes the living part. So that is, sources include terrestrial, marine, and other ecosystems, of course, all of them. So that is the answer, biological diversity. Now, I expect some of the questions must be from this area, because right now there is a trend these days in which nature and ecology are very much sought after. And in most of the exams, I've seen the areas, the question from this area has increased. Now, I ask you the question, which in India, which places in India are hotspots, ecological hotspots? Which two areas in India ecological hotspot? Yes, some of you are correct. Sundarbans and yes. Now, as I had drawn a map some days earlier, today also I will draw a map for you and I will explain some of the areas in it, that how to answer such questions. I hope आज भी मैप अच्छा ही बने. उस बार कई लोगों ने कहा ठीक ठाक बना लिया था सर आपने. Now, ठीक है. All of you, can you see this? Okay, ठीक ठाक है. पाकिस्तान तो नहीं लग रहा है. Okay, fine. Now, okay, I have done some of the part. थोड़ा सा हल्का सा गलत क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि ये नीचे वाला पार्ट मुझे चाहिए था जो जरूर आए. Okay, wait, I'll take one more minute. I'll just take one more minute and I'll draw it again because I want some southern part to be included. तो थोड़ा ऊपर से बनाएंगे, जल्दी बनाते हैं. देखना कहीं चाइना वाइना लग रहा होगा तो तुरंत बोल देना सर कि जरा धीमे बनाइए, चाइना लग रहा है. Now, the monsoon winds come from the south. Now remember that these areas are this is the area. Sorry, I changed the. Let me change the color. Now, this area is having mountains and this area is having mountains. Now remember, if you remember, there was something called orographic rainfall. The rainfall comes in through this area from where it picks up moisture, and from the southern area it comes in and it strikes on these Western Ghats. So Western Ghats and these area, Eastern Himalayas, these are the area which receive the starting of the rainfall. जब fresh moisture laden wind सीधे यही लड़ती है यहाँ पे या फिर इस वाले एरिया में. So that is my idea is last class if you remember I had explained about biodiversity. जितना ज्यादा खाने को होता है, जितना ज्यादा वहां पे धूप और बारिश होगी, किसी भी एरिया में जहां पे ज्यादा सनलाइट और रेनफॉल होगी वहां पे कहीं ज्यादा बायोडाइवर्सिटी होगी. सो बायोडाइवर्सिटी कैसे होगी? जब तक वहां पे वेजिटेशन डेंस होगी. सो रिमेंबर, हाई रेनफॉल, हाई नंबर ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, हायर नंबर ऑफ plants, higher number of biodiversity, ये सारे के सारे correlated है. All these areas will always have, so just link it in your head कि इनसे related कोई भी question आए इस पे तो बस ये ध्यान रखना कि कहाँ बहुत ज्यादा बारिश होती है वहीं डाइवर्सिटी बहुत ज्यादा होगी. डाइवर्सिटी सबसे ज्यादा वहां होगी जहां बारिश. नाउ इससे हम क्लियरली अज्यूम कर सकते हैं कि एटलीस्ट ये एरिया होगा इंडिया में जहां पे बायोडाइवर्सिटी कम होगी, ये एरिया होगा इंडिया में जहां बायोडाइवर्सिटी कम होगी. क्यों? क्योंकि ये दोनों एरिया फेमस है इंडिया में जहां बारिश बहुत कम होती है. रान ऑफ कच्छ, राजस्थान एंड सेंट्रल आंध्र प्रदेश, तेलंगाना, कानपुर, विदर्भ, these are the areas where there is a less rainfall and therefore there will be less biodiversity. So my point is, जहां पे भी, now just take your knowledge in your sense here कि जहां पे भी बारिश ज्यादा होगी वहां हमेशा बायोलॉजिकल डाइवर्सिटी ज्यादा होगी और वहां पे स्पीशीज ज्यादा होंगे, वहां पे प्लांट ज्यादा होंगे, वहां पे फौना ज्यादा होगा, वहां फ्लोरा ज्यादा होगा, वहां पे फॉरेस्ट डेंस होंगे, वहां पे ट्रीज लॉन्गर होंगे, एवरग्रीन होंगे. सो दीज ऑल पॉइंट्स आर कोरिलेटेड, कहीं अलग नहीं है ये सारे पॉइंट्स. सिमिलरली कम कहाँ होगी, ज्यादा कहाँ होगी? अब जहां जहां बारिश जैसे जैसे कम होती जा रही है वैसे वैसे इस डायरेक्शन में बायोडाइवर्सिटी कम होती जाएगी. इट विल बी हाईएस्ट हियर एंड इट विल कीप ऑन डिक्रीजिंग टुवर्ड्स द वेस्ट. सिमिलरली इसमें नीचे से बढ़ते हुए आएगी और ऊपर की ओर कम होती चली जाएगी. सो दैट इज माई आइडिया इज. सो लेट्स मूव ऑन टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 10. ऑफ कोर्स यहाँ पे हम पूरी एनवायरमेंट की क्लास नहीं पढ़ लेंगे, लेकिन आई होप यू कैन लिंक दीज एरियाज. नाउ यू कैन आंसर एटलीस्ट सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस इफ दैट कम्स रिलेटेड टू दिस. ओके फाइन. वाज दैट हेल्पफुल टू सम ऑफ यू? हाँ, इसके लिए अलग से वो मार्कशीट नहीं है. Okay, fine. Thank you. So, question number 9. Surgeons can perform delicate operations by using devices through computers. This technology is known as? This technology is known as? जल्दी जल्दी आंसर करो. Yes, okay, fine. Thank you very much. So, now most of you are confused between robotics and simulation. Robotics and simulation. Now, the correct answer is robotics. Correct answer is robotics, and 1/3 equal to both the section. Now simulation is not the actual operation, rather simulation is the imitation of the operation. Okay, simulation is mostly on the models. So that is the point. Robotics is the actual thing that is used to use for these delicate operations. And forensics, I hope most of you will be clear what is forensics. The computer forensics is also used because every file has some of the data that is hidden, and on the hard disk there is always some data written that you cannot also see. So what happens, at the time, many times, many of the these crimes have been traced through these computer forensics. A number of things that we actually don't know. Like 100 years back, people never used to know कि हमारे अंगूठों के hundreds of years back अंगूठों के निशान हमारे यूनिक होते हैं. तो वैसे ही computer forensics has been very much popular now, because most of these happen through the web, and cyber crimes are very much common these days. So computer forensics helps in tracing them. So that is the point. So I still say, so one third. और जिन्होंने नहीं देखा है वो सीआईडी कभी कभी तो देखे ही होंगे, वो जो 10-15 हजार साल से एक सीरियल आ रहा है. कितना 10-15 साल से तो आ ही रहा है, 10-15 हजार साल से आ रहा है. रादर जब से सोनी टीवी शुरू हुआ है तब से आ रहा है. मैं छोटा सा बच्चा हुआ करता था तब, अब मैं बड़ा हो गया हूँ, लेकिन अभी वो बंद नहीं हुआ. पता नहीं कैसे वो लोग अभी तक चलाए हुए हैं. खूब दम चाहिए. आई वुड प्रे कि हमारे सेशंस भी ऐसे ही सीआईडी से जितने बड़े चले. कुछ दिन बाद घर वाले लोगों को यही आशीर्वाद देंगे, सीआईडी जितने लंबे हो जाओ बेटा. Okay, so we move on to question number 10. On the labels of the bottle, some soft drinks are claimed to be acidity regulators. They regulate acidity using what? ध्यान रखो, एसिड को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए क्या चाहिए होता है? बेस चाहिए होता है. बेस कहां से आएगा? ओके, सो एसिड को रेगुलेट करने के लिए बेस चाहिए. बेस कहां से आएगा? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, बाइकार्बोनेट सॉल्ट्स. Now, correct answer is, I hope you all must be knowing, it was an easy question, bicarbonate salts. Despite this being an easy question, 40% are wrong. 40% students are wrong. And I would also ask some of you have marked carbon dioxide as the correct answer. भाई कैसे सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक्स में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कैसे घुसेड़ के रखते हैं, ये तो मुझे भी नहीं पता. Okay, so the correct answer is bicarbonate salts. जो actual point था मैंने आपको शुरू में ही बताया. How is it regulated? Neutralization of acid, neutralization of acid is done using a base, that is bicarbonate salt. Lime can be used, but lime is not used. Lime alone cannot be used. It has to be converted to a basic form. That is what to be used as. So bicarbonate are the very common basic salts that we actually can use in our drinks. Okay, question number 11. It is difficult to cut things with a blunt knife because yes, I hope it must be an easy question. If you remember science students, P is equal to pressure is equal to force upon area of cross section. तो बाकी जो नॉन साइंस स्टूडेंट्स, जितना बड़ा एरिया होगा जितना बड़ा एरिया होगा, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन, जो एरिया जो टच कर रहा है वो जितना बड़ा होगा, वो जितना बड़ा होगा प्रेशर उतना ही कम होगा। एक नीडल क्यों हमें चुभती है? क्यों? क्योंकि एक फोर्स एक बहुत ही कम एरिया में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होता है, इसलिए प्रेशर ज्यादा होता है। उसी नीडल को ब्लंट कर दो, जितनी बड़ी करोगे ये ए बढ़ता चला जाएगा, फोर्स उतनी ही रहेगी, एंड दिस P विल डिक्रीज, एंड इफ A is decreased, this P will increase. So that is the idea is, so blunt knife decreases the pressure for a given force. That is the point. Yes, I'll explain again. The area of cross section, P pressure is inversely proportional to area of cross section, and if we increase the area of cross section, as we increase the area of cross section, the pressure decreases. Why? You know, practically if you can think, एक needle जो हम यूज करके अगर needle pinch करें तो तुरंत बहुत तेजी से दर्द होता है, और अब वही needle को blunt कर दे, it is not, because the same force is distributed over a large area, and when the needle is pointed, the force is distributed over a less area. That is why we feel the pressure. Okay, so the expression South Asia usually includes, South Asia में क्या include होता है और क्या नहीं होता है? South Asia में what is included in South Asia and what is not? Yes, the main point is no China first. China is not included in South Asia. So China को तो सीधे ही हटा दो. What is left? अब A और C ऑप्शन रह जाता है, बांग्लादेश, भूटान, इंडिया, मालदीव, नेपाल, श्रीलंका, और दूसरे वाले में श्रीलंका नहीं है। अरे श्रीलंका नहीं होगा तो मैच कैसे खेलेंगे हम? Of course, Japan cannot be there. Very good point. I even did not see. Japan cannot be there. So China, Japan, and China excluded. एक ही ऑप्शन बचता है. I hope most of you must have done. And for the surprise, first time I could see most of you are able to give the correct answer. 76% have answered this as correct. जिन्होंने नहीं किया सोचो कहाँ गलती कर रहे हो आप. 76% have given this correct answer. Highest till now. So I think it was the easiest. Okay, fine. So ये सारी countries, I would say South Asia मतलब SAARC countries. I hope you know what is SAARC. Yes, SAARC में इनको छोड़ के और कौन है? Afghanistan is also now included in SAARC. But Afghanistan doesn't come in the Southeastern area region, South Asian area region. South Asia मतलब between in the Himalaya zone, in the Himalayan zone. Himalayas के उस पार कोई भी country, none of the countries are included in Southeast Asia, South Asia area. We move on to question number 13. Another easy question for you. ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाना. Read it once. I hope you will be able to get the answer. 20 seconds for you to answer. Yes, absolutely fine. So I hope by the question you must be clear. Political parties democracy में क्या नहीं करती है? क्या political education देती है? Of course नहीं. अगर ऐसा देते तो भाई क्या इस देश ही बदल जाता. लेकिन political education नहीं देती है, किसी तरीके से लोगों को काट के politics पूरी करती है. Well, of course, today we saw Mayawati in Rajya Sabha. Then, of course, Hamid Ansari की बैंड बजा दी उन्होंने. Then political parties serve as a link between government and the people. Absolutely correct. Political parties fight elections and try to get the maximum number of their candidates elected. Absolutely correct. And the wrong part is A, which is of course the correct answer here. So of course, Not a very difficult question, easy one, and yet another record for this. पिछले question जितना नहीं, लेकिन I still say more than 25% people have given this wrong. 25% से ज्यादा लोग गलत दिए. जो गलत दिए big problem, and I still tell you. Okay, so those who have given consistently two answers incorrect. So question number 12 and question 13 both. So question number 12 and question number 13 both, there is a problem. अच्छे से पढ़ो आप. And yes, Kanika, no, it's true not only for India, it's true around the world. Most of the parties, political parties around the world do not give political education to the people. Question number 14. Delimitation of constituencies and determination of constituencies reserved for STs are done by. STs, remember, STs, normally मत सोचना, STs पूछा है. Constituency किस लिए होती है? ध्यान देना. Yes, I am getting a distributed answer in this. Most of you have given Planning Commission and Election Commission with the assistance of Delimitation Commission. Is it? Most of you have given the answer D and C. Well, now only 7% people have given Delimitation Commission. The correct answer is the Delimitation Commission. Only Delimitation Commission has the authority to delimit the constituencies. In Hindi it is called Pariseeman. It is only done by the Pariseeman Committee, that is Delimitation Committee. Under the Article 82. Under the Article 82. So, so just be, yes, delimitation commissions are formed and they do the delimitation. Election Commission has no authority to delimit the constituencies. Election Commission, recently in Gujarat it has been done. Gujarat, the elections are going to happen and delimitation has been done there also. In the state assembly elections. So Election Commission with the assistance of Delimitation Commission. Okay. So we move on to question number 15. Which among the following statements about veto power is with regard to UN is correct? Easy question for you, but answers, options are a bit twisted, so carefully read the options. Yes, time over. Well, I think it was a very easy question and I see 55% students are still wrong. 55% are wrong. Only 45% are correct. Only 45% are correct. One veto can stall a Security Council resolution. We know China has done it many times. Russia has done it many times. Recently, US has also done it many times. Secretary General uses this power when not satisfied with any decision of the Council. Second most answer here has been this, but certainly it's far from being correct. All the members of Security Council possess veto power. Of course, it's insensible. It is a kind of positive vote power. You cannot say it because many of the countries have used it for negative vote power also. So remember that P5 nations are having veto power. Or who are the P5 nations? P5 nations are US, UK, France, Russia and China. France, Russia and China. After the World War II, the countries, those who have won the World War, were given the veto powers, and when the P5 is permanent 5. P5 is permanent 5. Okay. The US has not used it against Palestine क्योंकि Security Council में भी आया ही नहीं है. Yes, Mohammed Arsalan, अभी Security Council में resolution आया नहीं है. They will veto it once it comes to the Security Council. So P5 is permanent 5. US, UK, France, Russia and China, the countries those who had won the Second World War, after that the United Nations was formed in October 1945, and the 4 countries were given, and then China was also given because of the Asian representation. Of course China को देना बहुत ही बड़ी भूल थी, लेकिन उन गधों को मिल गया, हम थोड़े पीछे रह गए. Okay, fine. So that was about that. And right now remember that Security Council now has P5 members plus 10. They have plus 10 members. These 10 members are non-permanent, plus 10 non-permanent members. These non-permanent members are elected for a 2-year term. They are elected for a 2-year term. India was elected in 2011, and right now India is on the non-permanent seat. India will leave the seat on 1st January 2013. So 10 non-permanent members and 5 permanent members. Together there are 15 members. For any resolution, they need 9 votes to qualify or without any veto. 9 votes to qualify, and there should not be any veto. If there is a veto, of course the resolution is deemed doomed. The resolution is deemed to fail. So that is the main idea. Question number 16. Which one among the following nuclear capable countries has a declared no first use policy? No, Ajit, there is no limit for the number of vetoes. जितनी बार चाहो उतनी बार कर सकते हो. Only 5 countries have the veto power, and beyond that nobody has. So question number 16. Which among the following nuclear capable countries has a declared no first use policy? Question number 16. How many? Most of the answers are US and Russia. Most of you have given Russia and US. 70% of you have given Russia and US, and rather 20% have not answered. So 90% are Russia, US and not answered. Correct answer is China. Surprise to all of you, but the correct answer is China. Pakistan कब से होने लगा? And least number, only 4% students had given this as correct answer. Rather, I am giving on a higher side 4. Actually, the figure is 3.7%. Yes, India has also declared the same. China has no first use policy. USA, Pakistan and Russia don't have. Surprise to all of you, but no first use policy. Okay. No first use policy is in the case of nuclear weapons. It means that they will not use nuclear weapons. They will not be the first to use nuclear weapons. That is no first use policy. Shunglu committee was appointed by the Prime Minister too. Shunglu committee किस लिए? Yes, Chunglu committee was appointed by the Prime Minister too. Question number 17. Yes, I hope it was an easy question, but only 27% have given the correct answer. Only 27%. This shows the awareness. This This shows the awareness. बहुत सारे लोग अच्छी तैयारी नहीं किए हो. 27% have given the correct answer. Look into the corruption charges on the conduct of Commonwealth Games. Our Honorable Suresh Kalmadi Saab, the beautiful Kalmadi, your quantitative reasoning is much below than his reasoning. एक समान 1,000 का आता है तो दो समान कितने का आता है? 1,00,000 का. That was the idea. ऐसी कैलकुलेशन कौन कर पाएगा? एक समान 1,00,000 का आता है तो दो समान 2,00,000 का आना चाहिए, लेकिन करमाड़ी की कैलकुलेशन में एक 1,00,000 का आता है तो दो 10,00,000 का आता है, और तीसरा तो आता ही नहीं है, उसके खाली पैसे काटे जाते हैं. नो अर्पित 1.74 लाख करोड़ वो दैट वाज अबाउट 2G स्कैम. क्वेश्चन नंबर 18. Anna Hazare was awarded of the Padam Bhushan in the recognition of. Yes, Kanika, absolutely correct. 17,000 crores. Anna Hazare was awarded the Padam Bhushan in the recognition of. लग रहा है सबको पता है. A barren dry village called Ralegan Siddhi in Maharashtra's Ahmednagar district into a model village of sufficient self-sufficiency, eco-friendly and harmony. I still tell you, अगर जानो रालेगान सिद्धि नहीं देते, most of you would have given it a wrong answer. Most of you would have given it a wrong answer अगर रालेगान सिद्धि नहीं होता. So just remember what is it? Eco-friendly model or harmony model? Model village of self-sufficiency, eco-friendly and harmony. So remember that. That is the main point. रालेगान सिद्धि बहुत जगह नहीं दिया होगा as a clue. मैंने जानबूझ के यहाँ दे दिया ताकि a lot of you can see the point. Question number 19. Which one among the following Indian events will be upgraded as an international event from February 2030? Which of the following? Give your answers in 20 seconds. Yes, a lot of you are thinking कि Pushkar Fair is, but Pushkar Fair is not. The correct answer is Surajkund Craft Mela. Surajkund Craft Mela is the correct answer. Pushkar Fair is more famous, I know, but it's not, still is not been upgraded to international event. Surajkund Craft Mela. In which state? In which state Surajkund Craft Mela is taken place? In which state? In which state? A lot of you are giving the answers. Yes, absolutely correct. Very close to Delhi. It's Surajkund is a place near Haryana. Surajkund is a place near Haryana. That is where the Surajkund Craft Mela festival occurs. Takes place every year. Question number 20. What is iodized salt? Iodized salt में क्या क्या होता है? There are almost 5 to 6 science questions out of 40 in snap paper. So considering that, we have included many of the science questions for you. ये कॉमन सी चीजें जो हम सबको पता है लेकिन हम तो अभी ध्यान नहीं देते. So for you, such questions are there. What is iodized salt? Iodized salt में क्या होता है? यस, आंसर थोड़े इजी दिए गए हैं बट ऑप्शंस ऐसे हैं कि आप कर सकते हो. यस, ए और सी में ज्यादातर लोगों को कंफ्यूजन लग रही है. The correct answer is A, a mixture of potassium iodide and common salt. A mixture of potassium iodide and common salt. Most of you have answered this as the correct answer. Answer C. 30% have given this as the correct answer. So 3 out of 10 are correct, 7 are wrong. Rather 7 are not wrong, 6 are wrong, 10% have not attempted. तो ध्यान दो थोड़ा अपने अगल बगल दोस्तों पे भी, कौन होशियार है कौन बेवकूफ है. कई सारे हैं जो लगातार सही आंसर दे रहे हैं. ध्यान दो उसको, पकड़ो उसको, पूछो कहाँ से पढ़ते हो, या तो उससे पूछो कि बताओ, नहीं तो उसको मत जाने दो. ओके, सो वी मूव ऑन टू no some more data regarding this. Iodine salt, you know what is the disease which happens in the absence of iodine in our body? Yes, many of you have given goiter, very correct. हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं, घेंगा. Now which is the gland associated with this? Which gland is associated with this? Thyroid gland, very good. ओहो, पैंक्रियाज भी कई लोग बोल रहे हैं. पैंक्रियाज आयोडीन से होती है. ओहो, बाप रे बाप, पैंक्रीज और आयोडीन. ओहो, पैंक्रियाज और आयोडीन, अभी भी मुझे यकीन ही नहीं हो रहा. ओके फाइन. सो थायराइड ग्लैंड, गॉइटर, एंड विच इज द व्हाट इज द सिक्रीशन ऑफ थायराइड ग्लैंड? थायराइड ग्लैंड से क्या सिक्रीट होता है? ओहो, इंसुलिन भी होता है. बसंत, इंसुलिन. Wrong answer. The correct is thyroxine. Very good. Some of you have given it correct. Thyroxine. Thyroxine is the name. Thyroxine. Thyroxine कोई दवाई का नाम नहीं है. कई लोग ये मत सोचना कि बाहर अभी दुकान पे खरीदते हुए जाएंगे, सुबह थोड़े लंबे चौड़े हो जाएंगे. It is a growth. It is called a growth hormone. ये जरूरी होता है. जिनमें कम सिक्रीट होता है वो थोड़े शॉर्ट हाइटेड या मिडिल हाइटेड रह जाते हैं. जिनमें ज्यादा सिक्रीट होता है वो लंबे हो जाते हैं, काफी लंबे हो जाते हैं. ओवर सिक्रीशन एंड अंडर सिक्रीशन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 21. Antacids are commonly used to get rid of acidity in the stomach. The most commonly used antacid is. 20 seconds, जल्दी से आंसर करो. Yes. Fine. What is the correct answer? The most commonly used antacid. So most of you have given, many of you are divided in A, B and C. Almost same percentage of students have given this as correct. Okay. The correct answer is magnesium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide insoluble हो जाता है. Well, of course it's not actually insoluble, but it's calcium hydroxide forms a compound which becomes insoluble. That is why it is not used. Magnesium hydroxide forms the compound which is soluble. So that is the point. It get, of course, basic use करेंगे. The idea behind this question is पहले तो basic होना चाहिए. So of course B, C are the most common bases. Alkalis, if you remember. Okay, fine. Question number 22. Recently, Apple Computers of USA has launched a touch pad which allows the user to operate desktop computer with finger gestures, eliminating the need for a mouse. What is the name of the device? What is the name of the device? I hope most of you would be correct for this. यस, कई लोग लिख रहे हैं वर्चुअल पैड बी, ये वो. आंसर उस पर मार्क करो सीधे. So this was an easy thing. The correct is magic trackpad. The correct is magic trackpad. सीधा fact है, दिमाग मत लगाओ ज़्यादा. I'm surprised to see that a lot of you are wrong. More than 1/3 of the students have marked virtual pad, which is wrong. Okay, fine. We move on to question number 23. A device which is used in our TV set, computer, radio set for storing the electric charges. The easiest of the question, I guess. जो जिसको भी नहीं आता है खड़े हो जाओ चुपचाप वहां पे. Very easy question. Capacitor. I should not even tell the answer. साइंस वाले काफी क्वेश्चन होंगे बिकॉज साइंस के क्वेश्चन आते हैं 10 to 15%. सो बी रेडी. Which among the following is a terrestrial planet? इकोनॉमिक्स वाले थोड़ी देर बाद आएंगे, डरो मत. Which of the following is a terrestrial planet? Yes, जल्दी से मार्क करो सब लोग. Question number 24. Which of the following is a terrestrial planet? Well, what are terrestrial planets? There are 4 terrestrial planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These are the terrestrial planets. What is terrestrial planets? They are generally made up of rocks, iron, and silica. ये वो रॉक जो अर्थ मटेरियल से बने हुए हैं. बियॉन्ड दैट, बियॉन्ड एस्टेरॉइड्स, जुपिटर, सैटर्न, यूरानस, नेपच्यून एंड प्लूटो, they are not so solid, made up of these items. Okay, so first 4 from the sun are terrestrial planets, which of course out of these only Mercury is the correct answer. So 24th, I could see only 24% could give the correct answer. 24% could give the correct answer. इसमें गूगल वाले इंक्लूडेड होंगे. गूगल वाले इंक्लूडेड है. जिन्होंने गूगल किया 2-4% तो गूगल वाले भी होंगे. Okay, which among the following phenomena can occur when very warm and humid air is rising over a mass of a very cold air? What can occur when very warm and humid air is rising over a mass of a very cold air? When very warm and humid air is rising over a mass of very cold air. Now, remember all of you that all these snowfall, storms, intense rain and hail, they are the form of a precipitation. For a precipitation to occur, the prime condition is there should be unstable air. There should be instability in the air. Instability in the air means, we all know that the warm air rises and the cold air sinks. So when cold air is above the warm air, when there is a cold air layer above the warm air, so there will always be convection. Warm air will always try to rise and cold air will always try to sink. So there will be precipitation. Remember, instability will be there. Reverse, when there is cold air at the down and warm air up, so this is a stable condition. Warm air wants to rise, which is already up, and cold air wants to sink, which is already down. So in these conditions, the precipitation would not occur. Now, remember this, this rule is a permanent and a sacrosanct rule in climatology. Okay, warm air rises. Of course, it's a scientific phenomenon. Warm air rises and cold air sinks. So, to have rainfall, you always need atmospheric instability, and instability will occur when there are different temperature airs which are above or down. Now, when cold air is down, it will not, it's a stable state because it wants to go down, it is down. But this is the phenomena when this occurs. Cold air up and warm air down. Now, the question says, can occur when very warm and humid air is rising over a mass of very cold air. Now, what happens that mass, when they are moving above a mass of very cold air. So, what happens? This warm air, when it comes in touch with cold air, it cools down rapidly. And due to in these conditions, snowfall are very likely to occur because on the ground temperature is very less because of the presence of cold air. So temperature is very less at the ground, and storms can also form if temperature is above 0 degrees Celsius or above the freezing point. So snowfall and storms and cyclonic storms are very likely. Snowfall will occur when temperatures are below 0 degree on the ground, and storms and cyclonic storms may occur when the reverses, when the temperature नीचे ठंडा है लेकिन नीचे है. Okay, fine. I know it was a tough question, but that is how the point is. थोड़ा सा अंदाजा लगाना पड़ेगा आपको यहाँ पे. नहीं है तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, वो मुझे आंसर में दिख रहा है कि only 3% can give the correct answer. उसमें से भी 2-3 गूगल वाले होंगे, एक दो गेस वाले होंगे, तो बहुत ही कम ही होंगे जिन्होंने एक्चुअली सही किया होगा. Well, question number 26. The waves that help scientists to understand the internal structure of the earth. Internal structure of the earth समझने के लिए कौन सी waves यूज होती हैं? जल्दी से मार्क करो. Yes, Vivek, there was a mail sent to all of you in which प्रतियोगिता दर्पण के issue और पेज नंबर साथ साथ दिए गए थे. You can refer to that email. Yes, all of you, come on, जल्दी से जल्दी आंसर करो. Almost 1/3 have not given the answer, and a lot of you have given the answer. So now, the correct answer is actually longitudinal waves, but let's see what happens actually. Now, all these waves that I have written are a type of seismic waves. I hope you know what is seismology, and seismic is related to earthquakes. Okay. Now all of them are seismic waves. What happens is, whenever an earthquake occurs, suppose on the inside the earth, here the earthquake occurs. So these waves will travel to the surface, up to the surface, and will dissipate after that. So at the surface, they become surface waves. So surface waves are the waves which actually destroy everything on earth. Okay, यही जो सारी बिल्डिंग्स गिरती है, this is because of surface waves. Now P waves and S waves, primary waves and secondary waves, they move inside the earth, and that scientists use to determine the internal structure of the earth. What happens is, as they move, their velocities become different during at the various densities. So because inside the earth there are various densities, and the velocities differ, and with the help of velocities, the scientists are able to get what is actually the density and the structure of that area. And one more important thing is, secondary waves are shear waves. So secondary waves are shear waves, and so they cannot travel through liquids and gases. They can only travel, so secondary waves can only travel through solid state. तो जहां पे secondary waves नहीं जाती, वहां में पता चल जाता है solid है. So that is the point. Longitudinal waves is the correct answer. So I hope you must be clear about seismic waves. Well, only 30% had given the correct answer. बहुत सारे साइंस स्टूडेंट हैं, यानी कि यहाँ पे 30% was correct. Now, which among the following is not included in the fundamental rights embodied in the Constitution? जल्दी से आंसर. कौन सा फंडामेंटल राइट्स नहीं है? Easy question है. I would not even explain. As one of our students says कि जिसको नहीं आता वो डूब ही जाए. तो वेल ये सबको पता ही होना चाहिए. Right to information is not a fundamental right. You cannot go to court. लास्ट क्लास में मैंने बताया था शायद कि एनफोर्सेबल होते हैं और नॉन. The only difference between fundamental rights and directive principles, that fundamental rights are legally enforceable and directive principles are not legally enforceable. So that is the main difference. And legal rights भी होते हैं इनको अलग से छोड़ के. Article 300 में specified है. Right to information is not a fundamental right. Question number 28 थोड़ा बड़ा है, अच्छे से पढ़ो. Consider the following statements related to the procedure of the election of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. अकेला इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन है. Take 40 seconds to answer this. Regarding the Lok Sabha Speaker and Deputy Speaker. Now for you, just note the correct answer because it will be very difficult for you to answer all the points. Correct answer is A, 2 and 3 only. Correct answer is A, 2 and 3 only. And now one more point that I want to say by this is that, in most of the questions when there is a Lok Sabha Speaker and the Rajya Sabha Chairman, remember that Lok Sabha Speaker has far more powers than the Rajya Sabha Chairman considering the Parliament. So just be very sure about this. Okay. So be very clear about this. Lok Sabha Speaker is having much more power than Rajya Sabha Chairman. Which one among the following is not a fundamental duty of the citizen of India? Which one among the following is not a fundamental duty of the citizen of India? Easy question. Yes, most of you have given the correct answer. I hope most of you, yes, I could see most of the data that I am getting is correct. Now, how many fundamental duties are there? Actually, there are 11 and D is not among them. So, among this, D is the answer that is not among them. A, B and C all are there. Okay, these are not legally enforceable. Okay. Question number 30. Which one among the following writs literally means you may have the body? Which one among the following? Now, you may have the body. ध्यान दो, इनमें से एक वर्ड है जो इस बॉडी से रिलेट करता है. इनमें से एक वर्ड है जो बॉडी से रिलेट करता है. Which one among the following writs literally means you have the body? Yes, very good. A lot of you are getting it. Corpus, corpse. Absolutely correct. And I could get most of the answer as correct. Now, some of you who may not be able to understand this question, what is a writ? Writ is given by the Constitution of India under Article 32 to the people to safeguard their fundamental rights. Under Article 32, they are being provided to Supreme Court and High Court. Of course, Supreme Court to safeguard the fundamental rights of the people under Article 2. Article 32 is called right to constitutional remedies. It is the most important article in our constitution. So it has a very big significance. Some of you, those who have not heard about this, so writs are used by Supreme Court to enforce fundamental rights. There are 5 writs, 4 are given here. 5th one's name is prohibition. Prohibition. Okay. So 5 writs are there under Article 32 that are used to safeguard fundamental rights. Question number 31. We are moving. कई sports question भी है हमारे पास आगे. Consider the following statements. Mahesh Bhupati and Sania Mirza won the French Open mixed double titles in the year 2012. This is their first Grand Slam title together. Let's see how many of you give the correct answers. Take 20 seconds. Now it seems that most of you are confirmed about statement 1, लेकिन statement 2 पे कई लोग confirm नहीं है. 25% have given this as correct answer and 50% have given this as correct answer. Correct is A. They have won 2009 Australian Open together. 2009 Australian Open together. They have Sania plays with pace. Of course, Sania plays with I don't know how many players. Okay, fine. So that is about question number 32. During the recent Venus transit, the planet appeared as a tiny black circle and moving around the sun. The black color on the sun is because the planet. Recently this question has been there in some of the public services examination in 2 of them. So I thought this could be a point. It is about current affairs also and something related to science. We know there are around 10% questions related to science in the paper. During the recent Venus transit, the planet appeared as a tiny black circle moving on the sun. The black color on the sun is because the correct answer was invisible due to bright rays of the sun. The whole point is it was invisible due to bright rays of the sun. It is generally true with them. Anything that comes close to very bright objects get invisible because of only few of you could give the right answer. Not a big surprise. But most of you could not attempt. When deep sea fishes are brought to the surface of the sea, their bodies burst. This is because the blood in their bodies flow at a very low pressure, low speed, high pressure. Yes, जितना हम डीप जाएंगे सी में प्रेशर उतना ही ज्यादा रहेगा और प्रेशर को काउंटर करने के लिए हमें हाई प्रेशर की जरूरत होगा. And that is why the same phenomenon occurs when we are flying on a non-pressurized, when we go to a higher altitude. Oh, sorry, I could see this should be low pressure. This is low pressure. Okay, B option is correct. अरे स्नैप है यार, कोई डरने वाली बात नहीं. स्नैप में एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा जरूर आता है जिसमें गलती होती है. ओके सो स्नैप में एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा जरूर आएगा जिसमें बहुत सेंसिबल गलती होगी. ओके सो वी मूव ऑन टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 34. जस्ट टू गिव अ रियल फील टू यू, मैंने जानबूझ के 2-3 क्वेश्चन गलत कर दिए. आई एम टेकिंग इट एज अ बेल. पहले मैं अपने आप को बेल आउट कर लेना चाहता हूँ कि कहीं 1-2 गलत निकल गए तो बच जाऊं. Okay, the Partnership Council was launched in May 2012 to implement the Strategic Partnership Agreement signed in the year 2011 between India and Strategic Partnership Agreement was signed in the year 2011 between India and Which country? I hope you must be knowing the answer. Strategic partnership agreement was between India and Afghanistan. Correct answer is Afghanistan. And many of you have given correct answer, but most of you have not attempted this. Only 1/5 have given the correct answer as Afghanistan. Correct answer is Afghanistan. So factual question आपको आता है आप करो, नहीं आता है मत करो, बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है, सीधे. Which one of the following was the theme of World Environment Day 2012? Theme of World Environment Day 2012. Green economy, does it include you? If you remember, I had asked this question in IRMA test. In IRMA test, I had asked you this question. Green economy, does it include you? Okay, question number 36. Who won the prestigious Royal Society of Literature Ondaatje Prize? Now, this is a prize given in UK. Who won the prize? Give the answer in 15 seconds. Now, the correct answer is Rahul Bhattacharya for the Sly Company of People Who Care. It is a very nice book. He writes about, Rahul Bhattacharya writes about cricket very much. Those who watch cricket can see his articles. Then he had written this Pundits from Pakistan. This was a famous book by him. When the Pakistani team came to India in 2003, when Pakistani team came to India after that, so Pundits from Pakistan was a very famous book. Okay, so 36A. Recently, do remember this. Fact है, कोई formula नहीं है, याद रखना जरूर से. Which one among the following popular cartoon characters has recently completed 50 years of creation? Which of the following popular cartoon characters have completed 50 years of creation? I hope it must be easy for you. Yes, very correct. Utterly Butterly Amul Girl. सबने बचपन से खाया होगा. Okay. When ice melts, its volume increases, decreases, volume and mass both increase, volume and mass both decrease. Very common question. मेरे साइंस बुद्धि लगानी पड़ी इस क्वेश्चन को इंक्लूड करने में. What happens? For rest of you, जिनको लॉजिक पता है, ठीक है, I will not explain this because it's more of a science. Just remember, volume decreases. When ice melts, volume decreases. As simple as that. सीधे याद रखो, फालतू दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. Such questions sometimes appear and they are very they are very easy, but many a times we don't know the answer. Rain-bearing clouds look black because. Rain-bearing clouds look black because. Why? Question 39. Rain-bearing clouds look black because. Anything that looks black because, why it looks black? Most of the time, answer is A. All light is scattered by them. Yes. What is the aim of watershed management program in India? What is the aim of watershed management program in India? What is the aim of watershed management program in India? It promotes silviculture, hill slope management, arid land management, soil conservation. Silviculture is related to rearing of silks. The correct answer is arid land management. The areas where the areas where there is less rainfall is called arid land management area. Because वहाँ पे अक्सर you know hill slope management, वहाँ पे अक्सर the areas where there are landslides very often, there hill slope management programs are needed. Then soil conservation, certainly in the areas where soil is going down, soil quality is going down. Question number 41. In absorption and insolation, the most significant part is when sun's rays come to earth, which is the most significant part is played by which of the following things which absorbs the sunlight? Now, I would still say to correct, because I have found many data in which carbon dioxide, ozone and haze almost have equal. So, my point was that I found this question in 2-3 papers earlier. So, I would leave it on you to find the exact answer because, according to me, it must be haze. But I have I have 2-3 data where carbon dioxide, ozone and haze all are there. So, such questions, I know it's, such questions don't have, if personally I could not find the exact answer personally, but I saw this question at many places, so I brought it in front of you. If you have the answer or just, if you can find it out or Google it out. According to me, the answer must be haze. 42. Which of the following cities of India will have midday sun directly overhead twice a year? Which of the following cities of India will have midday sun directly overhead twice a year? Come on, 15 seconds to answer. The idea is the areas within Tropic of Cancer and within equator will be the areas where sun goes and comes back, that is, it goes overhead twice. And we know between Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, sun oscillates between Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south. तो इसी के बीच में ऑसिलेट करेगा, तो यानी कि जो एरियाज इनके बीच में होंगे वहां पे 2 बार आएगा. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज नागपुर एंड Kolkata, is just near the Tropic of Cancer. Hyderabad in, Kohima out, Srinagar and Darjeeling both are out. Delhi and Chennai. Chennai is there, but Delhi is not. Yes, Kolkata is just on Tropic of Cancer. So, just actually inside. So, that's 2 times it's calculated. That is the main point. In Rajya Sabha, the states have been given seats in accordance to their population equally on the basis of population and economic position, on the basis of present economic status. Question is easy. I hope you must be able to answer it on a go. In accordance with the population, सीधे बात खत्म. ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. UP has the maximum, 31 seats. In an atomic explosion, release of large amount of energy is due to the conversion of. What is the basic conversion that takes place in an atomic explosion? What happens? Nuclear energy converted to heat energy. That is what we trap and then we use it for producing electricity. The nuclear energy converted to heat energy is trapped and that is used to convert into electricity. Nuclear power stations इसीलिए बनाए जाते हैं. Some of you are writing the formula E is equal to mc square. It's wrong. E is equal to delta mc square. That is the change in mass. Okay. Question number 45. Farmers are requested to mix lime with soil while farming their fields. This is because. Why is lime mixed? I hope most of you must be able to give the correct answer, and I could see a lot of you are giving the correct answer. Yes, lime decreases the acidity of the soil. Simple. Which of the following are responsible for the decrease of per capita holding of cultivated land in India? Which of the Yes. What is the correct answer? 2 and 3. पर कैपिटा होल्डिंग कैसे कम होगी? टोटल एरिया तो उतना ही रहेगा, या तो लैंड खराब होती जाए या पॉपुलेशन बढ़ती जाए. तो एरिया अपॉन पॉपुलेशन, या तो लैंड खराब हो या पॉपुलेशन बढ़े. तो ऑफ कोर्स रैपिड रेट ऑफ इंक्रीज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन, सर्टेनली practice of dividing land equally among the heirs. That is again the area concerned becomes less, a population when increases. Then 1 and 4 certainly does not affect the land distribution, rather they affect, fourth affects the agricultural output, that is agricultural productivity, and low per capita income. It is an economic cause, not at all related to this. Which one of the following cities is also called the 0 mile center of India? Which of the following cities is called 0 mile center? Just get the name. 0 mile center क्या होता है? जहां से सब चीजें पास हो रही हो. The geographic center of an area, or the regional center of an area, or the national center of any region. Which one is it? The correct answer is Nagpur. Correct answer is C option, Nagpur. Yes, a lot of you have given the correct answer, but most of you were confused between Nagpur and New Delhi. I could see around 70% between Nagpur and New Delhi. भाई न्यू दिल्ली बहुत ऊपर है, नागपुर इज द सेंटर. और न्यू दिल्ली में खूब ठंड पड़ती है, खूब गर्मी पड़ती है, जैसे अभी बहुत ठंड पड़ रही है. ऐसा लग रहा है कि श्रीनगर में छोड़ के आया और वापस श्रीनगर में ही आ गया. क्वेश्चन नंबर 48. Which of the following statements is or are correct? High growth will lead to inflation. High growth will lead to deflation. Which is correct? Which is incorrect? . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . High growth will lead to deflation. High growth will lead to inflation. So generally, it leads to inflation. High growth results to increase in money supply, and money supply leads to increase in inflation. Growth related to money supply. So money supply is of course related to inflation. Most of the times it happens. Yes. So higher is the growth. No, growth here does not mean demand. Growth here is the economic growth. When economic growth is good, it means that there is more money in the market, the incomes are higher in the market, and that leads to higher inflation, higher prices of the goods. That is the idea. The right to information. What is the meaning of right to information? सब लोग राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन सुन रहे होते हो, लेकिन क्या है उसका मतलब? 48 आंसर शिखिन, हाई ग्रोथ विल लीड टू इन्फ्लेशन. Inspection of documents, taking out files from office to any place desired by the applicant, taking photographs of files, obtaining information in tapes. Yes, all of you are taking a bit of time to answer. Okay, take 30 seconds more. Take 30 seconds more. Yes, 15 seconds left. Yes, the correct answer is, what is it? Inspection of documents, taking out files from office to any place desired by the applicant, taking photograph of files, obtaining information in tapes. Correct answers, of course. Second is illogical. Other than that, all are correct. Correct answer is option C. So that makes it easy. I know it was a difficult question a bit, but the options have made it easy. Hopefully, you must have got the point. Okay, good, very good. A lot of you have given the correct answer. I could see the, just a second, I could see the data. Yes, 60% have given C as the answer. Very good. A lot of you have given. A number of you have given. In which area is the ozone hole more pronounced? In which area is the ozone hole more pronounced? The correct answer is poles. Should be aware of this. Correct answer is poles. Around Antarctica, it is very, very big. In the parlance of financial investment, what does a bear term denotes? Yes, EOMR would be over. In parlance of the financial investment, the term bear denotes. Let's move on to the older method. Now, you know, there was an error. We made it only for 50. There was some miscommunication. What is the bearish trend in the market? When the market is on a fall or in a gradual fall, or generally when the investor sentiments is that market or any security is going to fall. Very good. A lot of you are have got the correct answer. I could see AAA as the option. Which among the following is an appropriate description of deflation? And when there is fall, the reverse is bull. Bull means the person who anticipates a price of a particular security is going to increase. That is bull. Which one among the following is an appropriate description of deflation? I had told you about deflation and disinflation earlier. The correct answer is option C. With reference to Lok Adalat, which one among the following is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? Sorry. With reference to Lok Adalats, which one among the following statement is correct? Come on. Lok Adalats have the jurisdiction to settle the matters at pre-litigative stage and not those matters pending before any court. Lok Adalats can deal with matters which are civil and not criminal in nature. The Lok Adalat has not been given any statutory status so far. No appeal lies in a civil court. The correct answer is no appeal lies. Remember, no appeal lies in a civil court. This is the most important part of Lok Adalat. Lok Adalat का फैसला फाइनल हो जाता है. Civil court में you cannot appeal. They have not been given statutory status. They have actually been given statutory status now. Samvidhanic. Okay. Question number 54. Now these are the atmospheric layers arranged in the correct layers from the Earth's surface towards up. Yes, some of them are giving two options, A, C, B, C. The correct answer is troposphere, stratosphere, ionosphere, mesosphere, and exosphere. The upper layers are called thermosphere. So troposphere, stratosphere, and thermosphere. Correct answer is option C. Correct answer is option C. Which country is associated with Zero Kilo program? This is a program related to kerosene oil. India has approached this country to start such program in India also. The correct answer is Indonesia. In Indonesia, there was a program in which kerosene oil was replaced by the program focused on replacing kerosene oil by cylinders, gas cylinders. So that is Zero Kilo program, zero kerosene program. Now India is also trying to replicate that. Which social welfare project would Ratan Tata take up in Mumbai after retirement? Ratan Tata is going to take a social welfare project. It is related to what? Poverty alleviation, veterinary hospital, child education, women empowerment. Yes, it is related to, many of them are giving but only few are rather giving the correct answer. The correct is veterinary hospital. To surprise to many of you, but it is a veterinary hospital. Which US personality has gained a recognition in predicting accurate results in US? This man has been very much in the news. He has been on many of the chat shows like Gangnam Style. This is also very famous in US. Well, of course not around the world, but he has been covered by many of the newspapers. The correct name is Nate Silver. Fareed Zakaria is an Indian who is a news anchor in CNN. Nate Silver is the correct answer. Nate Silver, he predicted correctly all the 50 states. He corrected predictly 49 out of 50 states in 2008 also. So he is a political statistician who has predicted many of such results in US almost correctly. What is open book management policy? To adhere to truth, of course, the question, the statement is not full. To adhere to truth of accounts. To adhere to truth of accounts, and to share most of the company info, including finances, with employees. To share all of the company info, excluding finances, with employees. None of these. इकोनॉमिक्स और अकाउंट्स वालों, इधर आपके क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं. To share most of the company info, including finances, with employees. Correct answer B. That is, many of companies have started to use this. Okay, including finances. They disclose the finances also to the employees. Now, which house has won the IPL franchisee? I hope this is an easy question. Sun TV, correct answer. Sun TV is owned by which company? Who is, or which group or which person? Yes, दयानिधि मारन, the Marans जल्दी जेल जाने वाले हैं. बहुत दिन से ऐश कर रहे हैं और फालतू के पैसे खा रहे हैं लोगों के. You know, they have been implicated in Aircel Max's deal. So they could be the second part of the 2G scam. Very easy, they could be the second part of the second episode of the 2G scam. Question number 60. Who has been selected as the businessman of the year by Fortune magazine for 2012? Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Larry Page and Lakshmi Mittal. बहुत आंसर आ रहे हैं लेकिन किसी के सही नहीं आ रहे हैं. Very few are giving the correct answer. It is being selected as CEO of Amazon. Jeff Bezos, our founder and CEO of Amazon, has been selected as the businessman of the year by Fortune magazine this year. Jeff Bezos, he is the CEO and the founder, and also the founder of Amazon, very popular website Amazon.com. Question number 61. In the recently concluded 2G auctions, Telelinks is the highest bidder for 6 circles. Which MNC owns Telelinks? Free Mobile, Orange, Telenor, MTN. It has entered the Indian markets now. Yes, the correct answer is Telenor. They have come with Unitech Wireless that they had earlier functioned as Uninor in many of the area. Unitech और Telenor ने मिलके किया था, लेकिन पिछली बार जो Unitech ने खरीदा था वो राजा भैया ने फ्री में दिया था, थोड़ा रिश्तेदारी निभा रहे थे, और अब की बार सारा निकालेगी गवर्नमेंट. बट 2G rates have certainly gone down. Which politician would you associate Purti group of companies? Very much in the news recently. एक और स्कैम को रिलेटेड नितिन गडकरी. Purti group of companies related to Nitin Gadkari. He was very much in the news around 1 to 2 months back, but very soon with related to it scams could be out. Name the international news magazine which has decided to go all digital from 2013 after being 80 years in print. Newsweek, Economist, Sportstar, People. They have finally decided to go online. The correct answer is Newsweek. Yes, the correct answer is Newsweek. Which of the following country or countries is not a part of IPSA group? Which of the following country or countries is not a part of IPSA group? Question ध्यान देना, country or countries. Actually there are 2 countries here, Indonesia and Argentina both. कई लोगों को लग रहा होगा अर्जेंटीना भी आ जाए. Indonesia and Argentina both are not the part of IPSA. India, Brazil and South Africa are the part of IPSA group. India, Brazil, and South Africa are the part of IPSA group. South Africa is SA. Who has become the recent Grandmaster from India? Of course, Grandmaster is related to which game? Chess. Who has become the recent chess Grandmaster? Last question's answer was Indonesia and Argentina both. Who has become the recent Grandmaster from India? Recent is Vidit Santosh Gujarati. Arun Prasad became, 6-7 years back. Vidit Santosh Gujarati has become the new Grandmaster from India. With which sport is Abhijit Singh Chadha associated? Abhijit Singh Chadha is associated, he has been awarded as PGTI Emerging Player, Professional Golfers Association say, he has been awarded as the emerging player. Abhijit Singh Chadha, so just remember his name, he is an emerging golfer from India. Whom did Pankaj Advani defeat to win the World Billiards Championship in 2012? Whom did Pankaj Advani defeat? Recently, he won the World Billiards Championship for the 7th or 8th time. Do confirm it, it was 7th or 8th. I am very sure it was 8th, but still there is some iota of doubt in my head, 7th or 8th. So Mike Russell, Geet Sethi, Chris Schutt or Michael Holt. The correct answer is Mike Russell. Mike Russell has won this 11 times. He is the most decorated champion of world billiards around the world. He has won it 11 times. Pankaj Advani 7th, 8th time he has won now. He is also an Indian jewel. With which sport is PV Sindhu associated? PV Sindhu very much in the news recently. Yes, some of you are absolutely correct. Some of you are wrong also. Badminton. She is associated with badminton. Yes, she defeated rank 1 recently in September. Her name was, she was Zhu Wingzai, I guess. She had won gold medal in Olympics. Who among the following was not the part of Indian Olympics badminton team? Not very difficult question. Thoda dimag lagao. Yes, the option is there. Manavjeet Singh Sandhu. He is in shooting, not in badminton team. Ashwini Ponappa, Jwala Gupta together formed a doubles, and Purapalli Kashyap, he was also a rising star, but he was defeated in quarterfinals. Well, MS Sindhu, and just check their names for the Arjuna Awards also. I have not just given any name. These names are common in Indian circuit. Yes, Jyoti, your great pack is about to get over. And last question of the day. How many questions come in GK exam of SNAP and how much time will you take to answer them? What is the correct option? What is the correct answer? Yes, should be less than 20 minutes. There is only one answer. It should be less than 20 minutes. Okay, fine. Any doubts? I request all of you to send also the feedbacks also. As a testimonial also, I would request you to send the feedbacks also. Send the feedback or any doubts. Best of luck, friends. For Dena, see you soon. Yes, it will be uploaded on the class apart. Yes, Ajit, I remember your request. I guess Irma must be uploaded. I have sent it today evening and it must be uploaded today or tomorrow. Ajit, I remember your request. For any GK query, contact rajat@rajat.sen@careerlauncher.com. This is your helpline of GK helpline. And I would still request and do send your feedbacks and testimonials too. Very much welcome. Yes, for average scores, I'll have to check for the details because I get the compiled data of every question, but I'll have to check. But seeing the data, I guess it would not be more than 40% of the questions. Around 28-30 marks is zyada nahi hoga average. Means correct answers, not subtracting the negatives. Around 40% would have been the average, which is of course above because in the exam actually people don't attempt those many questions. So just do not worry, in exam there will be correction of around 10%. Okay, fine. I request you again to send your feedbacks and testimonials. कौन testimonial और feedback भेजेगा जल्दी से आंसर करो. 71st question. Yes, okay, fine. The PPTs will be uploaded tomorrow. 100%. You will get it there. Okay. So just email your feedbacks and testimonials on my address or send your doubts. So it will be very helpful, and do send your feedback that how to improve these sessions. We are working very hard to improve the quality and the delivery of these sessions. So just mail me your queries, mail me your feedbacks, mail me your questions, whatever you have. And fielding अच्छी करना एग्जाम में, बैटिंग बॉलिंग सब करते हो, फील्डिंग जरूर करना. Okay, bye everyone. Okay, I'm logging off the session. Bye everyone. And Ajit, your request is, I have noted your request. You will soon get the solutions. Varun, I hope you must be hearing. I am ending the session. Okay, Varun, you could reply to me. I don't see the mic with you. Varun, you can reply to me once. Is there anything else to be done? Varun, is there anything else to be done? नहीं कुछ आग मत attempt करो, but if those questions get nullified, so just do not worry. वो question ही हटा देते. Last year 2 questions were removed from Snap, तो उनसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. बट अगर तुमको लग रहा हो कोई सही हो तो वो लगा देना. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है कि कोई अप्रोप्रिएट है ज्यादा तो लगा सकते हो. Okay, fine. Bye-bye. I'm ending the session. Varun, are you still there? Can you hear me? Okay, fine. Bye-bye. Ending the event.